Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. So students, are you watching online classes daily? So are you watching online classes daily students? So please watch online class daily, okay? So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. So now we are studying about chapter 3. So what's the title of your chapter 3? Computer organization. Okay. So before I'm going to start about today's class, just recall what are things you have studied in the at the last class. So what are the questions you have studied? Microprocessor, characteristics of microprocessor, classification of microprocessor, isn't it? Okay. So among that, characteristics of microprocessor, very important 5 mark questions and also expected important question. Okay, so today we are going to study about memory devices. So last class just I have started this topic, memory device. So what do you mean by memory and what's the use of memory? Human will also have memory, isn't it? So which is the memory part of the human? Brain. So what's the use of brain? Brain will store. So what are things you are studying, seeing by your eyes? What are things you are hearing? Everything, isn't it? So it will store inside your memory, that is brain. Same way, so computer will also have memory. So that memory only we are saying as a what? Storage device or storage space. So you all are using mobile phones, isn't it? So mobile phones also have two types of memory. What are they? Internal memory, that is phone memory, as well as another one is SD card, isn't it? That is memory card. So same way, computer will also have two types of memory. Okay. So here we can say as read and write. So what do you mean by read and write means? So I think you might have heard about rewritable CD and normal CD. So last class itself I said that example. So what's the difference between normal CD and rewritable CD? So normal CD means, for example, you are writing or you are copying one movie in that CD. Okay. So after seeing that movie, you cannot able to delete. So the whatever file you are copied in that CD, it will be remain there. Okay, but rewritable CD it's not like that. So once you have copied that file, so whenever you need, you can able to delete it and you can able to copy another one file in that place. That is called rewritable. Read means only you can able to copy once. You cannot able to edit or rewrite it. But rewritable means not like that. Based on your wish, you can able to write again and again. Okay, so in the memory, how you are going to access? Access means you are getting the information or taking the information. So two types of access are there. Okay, what are they mean? Sequential access as well as random access. So sequential access means, listen, so in the memory always what are things you are giving, so it will store in a memory as a memory address or box. For example, you are storing 10 things, 10 numbers. For example, you are storing 10 numbers. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 10. So 10 numbers you are storing. So 10 numbers you are storing means in the first place 1, 2, 3. In the place of 1, the memory will give separate memory address. In the 2, it will give separate memory address. Till 10, it will give each and every memory have separate memory address. So sequential address means, so it will access each and everything in order manner. Order manner means first it will read 1. Then 2, 3, till 10 it will read order. But random access means it will not read as that is a sequential manner, but it will read as a sequential. That means random. What's the meaning mean? First it will read number 2, for example. Next it will read 5, then 7. Like that, any one number. It will not read as a ordered manner. So that is a confused or randomly it will read. That is called random memory access. Okay, so two types of access you have studied. What are these? Sequential and random access. Understood? Then this memory hierarchy diagram, very important. Memory hierarchy diagram is very important. So what are memory devices are there in your that is in a CPU or in the computer. So they are arranged that devices as a memory hierarchy. Hierarchy means nothing but just in an order. So same way you need to draw. Okay, how they are arranged mean, or how they are arranging this memory device in order means based on the capacity. Okay, capacity is nothing but that means storage space. For example, you might have know, is it in memory card? So you all are familiar with memory card. For 2 GB memory card, 4 GB memory card, 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB, etc. etc. Isn't it? That's the capacity. That is the storage space. We can call as what? Capacity. Then speed. Speed means how much speed it will run. Cost means based on the cost, rate. So 2 GB memory card, for example, you are going to buy 2 GB memory card. So the cost of 2 GB memory card may be 300 rupees. For example, I am telling. Okay. Then 4 GB means, for example, 500. Then 32 GB means 1000. Likewise. Okay. So based on the capacity, speed and cost, they are arranged the memory device. Okay. So see, first one is a cache memory. Okay. First always which memory? Cache memory. Then next one is the main memory. Then third one is the which one? Hard disk. Okay. So if you are seeing from low to high. Okay, if you are seeing from low to, that is hard disk to cache memory mean. So down if you are coming means, so see the capacity is smaller. For example, hard disk capacity is less than the main memory capacity. Okay, then main memory storage space is less than cache memory. But if you are going to higher mean, for example, main memory cost is high and higher than hard disk. Then cache memory cost is higher than main memory. See the next side, the arrow mark is coming downward. From up to down, if you are seeing means, you can say the capacity is large, but the coming down means capacity is low. But if you are accessing means the access time is low and the cost also low. Just opposite you need to write. Understood? So first kind of memory is RAM, random access memory. Okay. So one 5-mark question, very important 5-mark question. RAM and types of RAM or types of memory. Okay, very that 5-mark question you need to draw from the last slide I have shown on diagram, no memory hierarchy diagram. You should draw from the diagram. Start from the diagram and you need to write this RAM. What are the headings? Next I am going to explain. All the headings will come under that 5-mark question. Very important. So this chapter first important 5-mark question is characteristics of microprocessor. The next important 5-mark question is this random access memory. That means that 5-mark question memory device. You should draw the diagram and next you need to explain all the thing. Okay, so listen. So first memory is random access memory, that is short form is RAM. Okay, so first line is very important 1-mark question. See the first line, that is very important 1-mark question. Okay, so main memory is otherwise called dash, random access memory. Okay, what's the other name of the main memory? What's the other name of main memory? Random access memory. Okay, so this RAM is available inside the CPU. That means this RAM is located in the motherboard. Understood? Where the RAM will located? The RAM is located in the motherboard inside the CPU. So in the form of integrated circuits. So integrated circuit means already I said. So each and everything is designed in the board itself. Okay, so you may have seen on the board itself that golden line, green board with golden, that is called integrated circuits. Everything they have predefined. Okay, so this RAM where it will cut? The RAM is kept inside the motherboard, inside the CPU in the form of which one? Integrated circuit. Okay, so what's the use of this RAM? Okay, so what are the things? Normally the things are stored inside the RAM means, listen, third point, operating system, application, program, data. That means if you are using some data, now if you are on the computer and you are using something. Okay, so what are the data currently? Now what are the data you are using? Once you are using the computer, what are the data you are using, storing everything? So that including that one, which one? Operating system, application, program. So along with that, what are the programs you are using currently in the computer will stored in where? In the RAM. That is that word is very very important, temporarily, not a permanent one. Okay, so what are things you are seeing currently? The application program, operating system, everything will store temporarily in the RAM. Okay, so you cannot able to retain the contents so again and again. So temporary, it's not a permanent thing. Okay, then next point is a very very important one mark question. The smallest unit of information stored in a memory is called dash. Okay, so what's the answer? Smallest unit of information stored in memory is called bit. Okay, that is very, for example, you are storing only three words. For example, one word, hi. Maybe you take example hi. So you are using a only small information in the memory. Okay, at that time you are storing only that information. Likewise, a smallest, if for example only I said, okay, the smallest information you are storing in the memory is called what? Bit. Okay, so the smallest unit. So memory will access collection of 8 bit. For example, you are typing one sentence. Hi, hello, how are you? Likewise, you are writing 3 or 4 words. Hi, hello, how are you? Likewise, you are typing 4 or 5 words. Okay, that hi, one word, hello. That's the smallest word we can call as a bit. Okay, so collectively, so memory is going to access 8 bits at a time. So that collection of 8 bits we can call it as a what? Byte. Okay, memory can access 8 bit at a time. So that 8 bit collection of 8 bit is called what? Dash byte. Important 1 mark question. So this paragraph you have studied 3 important 1 mark question. What are they? Main memory other is called dash random access memory. Important 1 mark question. Okay. Then, so next also an important 1 mark question. Okay. RAM in computers is available in the form of dash. What? Integrated circuits. Then, smallest unit of information stored in a memory is called dash bit. Then, memory accessed by a collection of 8 bit is called dash byte. So, 4 1 mark questions you have studied in this topic. Okay. So, already I said RAM is a volatile memory. What do you mean by volatile and non-volatile? So, non-volatile means, so it's a permanent thing. Whatever things you are storing, it's a permanent. Okay, once you have stored means you can able to retain the contents again and again. But RAM is a volatile memory. That means the information you are storing in the RAM, it's not a permanent. Okay, so that means currently what are the things you are using, that program will be stored in the memory. So next time if you have opened means the content will not be there in the RAM. Understood? So that only they are telling. So currently what are the things you are using and what are the things data are storing, it will temporarily it will store the data in the RAM. But so if you are switch off the system or your power is stand off me, next time you are on the system means the what are the contents available in the RAM will not be available. That the contents everything is lost. Understood? So but it will allow both read and write. Read and write means once you can able to write the information. Now for example once you can able to store the information, next you need to edit or anything means you can also able to edit the information also. Understood? See the diagram for that first diagram. First picture is the RAM. So if you see means it's just like a scale like structure. So have you seen inside that smaller black color box, that is a ICs, integrated circuits. Lot of ICs will be there. See the next picture. So next picture inside the motherboard. So like this only RAM will be located. So how many RAMs are there in that motherboard? See it? 2. 2 RAMs are located inside the motherboard. Understood? Okay. So next one is the types of RAM. Okay, so totally there are 2 types of RAMs are there. So how many types of RAM? This is also important 3 mark question. RAM and types of RAM. Okay, so define RAM, you need to write 3 points, and types of RAM, you need to write that headings alone. Okay, so basically there are 2 types of RAMs are there. Okay, so what are the 2 types of RAM? Dynamic RAM and static RAM. Okay, what are the 2 types of RAM? Dynamic RAM and static RAM. So dynamic RAM in short form we can call as DRAM. Okay, static RAM you can call short form as a what? SRAM. Okay, so what's the difference between this dynamic RAM and static RAM means? Listen, so using to hold the data, that means storing of data. Okay, how it will differ? It will differ in the holding or storing of data. Okay, so dynamic RAM means if you are using the dynamic RAM in the system means, so you need to refresh or you need to give refreshment, so alternatively. Okay, so frequently you need to, for example, for even 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you need to refresh the dynamic RAM. Okay, but compared to dynamic RAM, static RAM, you need not to refresh oftenly. But compared to dynamic RAM, static RAM performance is very faster. But cost of the static RAM is more high than dynamic RAM. So sometimes they will ask differentiate between dynamic RAM and static RAM. Okay, so what's the first point you will write? Dynamic RAM and static RAM. First point is 2. First point is same. What's the first point? Okay, so dynamic RAM also used to hold data. Static RAM also used to hold data. Okay, what's the second point you can write? So after completion of this session, so in your notebook, please, you need to draw the diagram and also you need to write the differentiate between dynamic RAM and static RAM. Okay, so please listen carefully. What are the points I am telling? You need to write. Okay, so what's the first point for dynamic RAM? Dynamic RAM is used to hold the data. What's the use of static RAM? Static RAM also used to hold data. First point. Okay, second point. What's the second point? Dynamic RAM needs to refresh frequently. Second point. Okay, but in the say static RAM, what you will write? Static RAM needs to be refreshed less often compared to dynamic RAM. Okay, static RAM needs to refresh less often compared to dynamic RAM. Okay, then third point you can write. Dynamic RAM is slower in performance. Okay, dynamic RAM is slower in performance. Okay, then static RAM is faster in performance. Dynamic RAM is slower in performance, static RAM is faster in performance. Okay, then static RAM is more expensive. Dynamic RAM is less expensive. Understood what are the points you are telling? At the last I will say what are the points I am telling, you need to write in your notebook. Understood? So next one is ROM or OM. RAM you have studied, isn't it? ROM, that is read only memory. RAM, what's the full form? Random access memory. ROM means read only memory. Okay, so ROM already have studied in the first chapter. Are you remembering in the topic under the topic booting? So what are the, once you are on the system, that what are the informations, whether the system is connected properly, what are the devices connected to the computers properly, all the information is stored in the ROM. Immediately the bootstrap loader will load. That and all you have studied in first chapter, isn't it? So this ROM will also have one special kind of memory. Okay, so in the ROM all the things are pre-recorded. That means while the ROM is manufactured and during the manufacturing time itself, they are pre-record some program. Okay, but you cannot be able to modify. What are the programs that are pre-recorded in the ROM? You cannot be able to modify. So while the manufacturing time itself, they have pre-recorded some program. Okay, based on that only the ROM will work, but you cannot be able to modify the particular program. Okay, so when the program will run, once you are on the computer, switch on the computer, the program written on the ROM will run. Okay, so at that time it will check whether all the devices are connected properly, whether information is going to the CPU, everything. Okay, so one already they have pre-written, isn't it? Some programs are everything in the ROM. Once the program is written on the ROM chip, you cannot able to modify or remove, but you can able to read, you can able to see all the contents, you can able to read all the content, but you cannot able to modify it or remove. Okay, but this memory, ROM memory is a permanent, that is a non-volatile, but RAM is the volatile, that means the content is not permanent, isn't it? When the power off means, that is power stand off means, contents available in the RAM will get lost, isn't it? But ROM is not like that. So what are the programs they have already written? It will be the permanent one, it will not get erased even you are going to switch off the computer. So we can call the ROM is also called as a non-volatile memory. RAM is a which memory? Volatile memory, but ROM is called a which memory? Non-volatile memory. Okay, so what are things you have studied in ROM? Important question. So what are topics you have studied today is very important. 5 mark question, everything will ask for. So everything you need to write for 5 mark question. So what's the expansion of ROM? ROM is a expansion for read-only memory. So here the program is pre-written or pre-written or preloaded during the manufacture time itself. So all the programs are run while you are on the computer. So once the data is written on the RAM, you cannot able to modify or change it. Only you can able to read the data. Okay, so even when the computer is switched on or power is turned off, the contents will not get lost. The content will be there in the RAM. So we can call the ROM is called which kind of memory? Non-volatile memory. Understood? So this is the picture of ROM. See? So RAM and ROM almost same only if you are seeing the picture, but RAM if you are seeing means it look just like a scale, steel scale, but this is just like a chip. Okay, see in next picture is in the motherboard they have how they have fixed the ROM. Have you seen the picture of the ROM? So differentiate and study. So what are the things you have studied today? Memory device, memory hierarchy diagram, then RAM, types of RAM, then ROM. So all the things you need to, this is very important 5-mark question. All the topics is you need to write for 5-mark question. Okay, so listen student, today's homework I am telling. So what are the homeworks means today? So you need to draw the diagram, that is memory hierarchy diagram, in your computer notebook. So this is today's homework. The next homework is, so I told you already. So you need to make a tabular column and you need to write difference between static memory and static RAM and dynamic RAM. These two things you need to write in your notebook. So and also if you are not having notes means please, what are the things I have taught, make it as a notes and study. Very important 5-mark question. This everything you need to study. So these two things you need to draw in a note and you need to submit once the school reopens. Okay students, thank you. Study well and take care.